Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to ITHive.org's Saturday morning tech show, episode 57. I don't even know what day it is. It's October 3rd. No, November 3rd. Sorry, wrong month. Anyway, as you can see behind me, it's starting to get cold, so soon we'll be doing this in the wintertime. Anyway, so this show is live right now, but it does get recorded on YouTube and left on Facebook as well. So you can always look at it after the fact. My intent always with this show was to provide some help for people that had some technical questions or just something that they wanted to talk about technology. So if you're watching this live, please chime in, ask me a question. I will do my best to answer. Good morning, Caroline. And we'll just do that. Okay. Failing any questions from people, I will entertain a subject matter. And we made reference to this a little bit before. So what I wanted to talk about today was, systems geared towards looking after customers' interests, right? I'm seeing a disturbing kind of trend, one that's kind of new and one that's always existed. Mostly to deal with money and our money, right, as customers. So the first example, and I'm going to use PayPal and even Google, and it exists in other services. So you have a phone and you download an app, and it's got paid for features, right? It's really easy to subscribe to those features, right? And say, okay, yeah, I'll pay $20 a month or whatever, to get this feature. Or even worse, you sign up for a yearly subscription and you're paying like $200 or so, right? Then your busy life goes on and you maybe have forgotten that you did that, right? And then suddenly there's a new charge on your phone, right? Well, so here's what happens. You sign up for these subscriptions, right? You're signing up and you're saying, yes, you are free to bill me every time this subscription comes to be renewed. And where I have a problem with this is that it's super easy to do it, right? But PayPal and Google in particular, right, make no effort to send you a little notice a week before that this is going to happen, right? And I would think that is such a little thing, probably 3 lines of code in their system, and a little value add for the customer. Hey, by the way, this subscription is going to come due a week from now. If you're not interested in maintaining this subscription anymore, click here to cancel it. Does that happen, Google? No. PayPal? Do you do that? No. Right? And I find that really annoying. It just doesn't work, right? It's something that can easily be done and easily be improved. And my fear here is what I'm seeing with new policies coming out, particularly from again, PayPal and Google, right, that they're very bent on protecting the seller and not very motivated at all to protect the customer, right? And unfortunately, why is that, right? Because we're pigeonholed. It's becoming almost a monopoly, right? You got an Android phone. Well, where are you going to buy stuff from? Well, the Google store, right? And I'm not sure what Apple does, honestly, right? If somebody's watching, tell me that, Apple gives you advanced warnings about updates or on subscriptions and stuff like that. You know what? That might just convert me, right? Now, I got my own issues with Apple because they, control everything from the time you buy the device till you die. Right? And I got a problem with that because, I think, right to repair and all that stuff. Anyway, that's a whole other subject matter. So The other thing that I want to talk about is, and again, I'm going to only talk about the bank that I deal with, and that's Scotiabank in Canada. All right, so it's one of our main 5 banks. And in their defense, I'm very happy with the bank, and I like what they do. And then I've seen them change some of their policies, and that's all good. Very good, right? However, they have carried on with a system. In the past, when we had to deal with paper, right, and you wrote a check, right, and or to somebody, right, and then they cashed it, and then it let's say the funds weren't there, and it got bounced, right, horrid bounce, right. Well, there was a lot of manual things that had to go on to reverse the charge and all of that stuff, right, and then so of course there was a charge to compensate for that. Okay, that's all fine and dandy. So, and this is what annoys me with this. Those charges haven't really changed, right? But the processing within a bank, right, is all electronic, right? Everything happens automatically, right? And they've taken the processing that was done manually and the concepts behind that and made that into an automated system, right? And here's where I have a problem. And I'll tell you an exact story, okay? End of the month coming in October, right? I wanted to make sure that, the business had things paid for that month and whatnot. And I knew a customer was paying me a large sum of money, and that was coming, okay? So I did all that. Now, unfortunately, the timing didn't quite work out perfectly for me. And I woke up one morning and my business account was overdrawn by $200, right? Well, I was hoping that maybe the bank would just, do the right thing and resolve it. Actually, I should backtrack a little bit. So I had a negative balance, right? Now, I knew this wasn't going to be an issue because the money I was expecting would likely come on that day, which it did, right? Taking that negative balance of $200 and putting it substantially into the positive, right? So you'd think, okay, well, logically, if you looked at that, right, my account going in a negative happened, at the ends of the day on the 1st, right? And on the 2nd in the morning, I had the problem resolved. So literally less than 8 hours or so was it in negative territory. Now, what I agree with is that maybe you penalize me $5, right? Service charge, whatever, for going. What I disagree with is that what the bank did, even though the funds were there and I corrected the issue, they reversed one of my payments and then dinged me $40. Really, is that necessary in this digital world, right? And I got to remind you, affluent people never have this issue, right? People that are trying to make things work have this issue. So the people that can less afford or have a harder time to deal with these problems, they have to deal with this issue. And I think today's day and age, it's not called for, right? So, I really think that what the bank should be doing, and I'm hoping, and I'm going to go talk to my branch today, and make this suggestion once again, right? That there should be a little bit of a grace period. If the customer can resolve the issue within a certain time frame, right, then, just $5 penalize them, but leave things the way they are. I find it ridiculous that I covered the debt and then they still went and reversed the charges. Now I got to, pay that customer again and all that. So, anyway, we'll make this talk a little bit short today, but that's what I wanted to discuss about, if all of us need to start demanding better service, and also protecting, our rights. Because you know what? In the case of Google, I have now blocked all payments through PayPal. So Google, you're not getting any money from me, right? And I'm going to stand on this policy until you change the way you're doing stuff. PayPal is a little bit trickier for me to deal with, but I will advocate to them too to put something in place. Okay, so that's it for today. Hope everybody has a good week, right? And everybody had a safe Halloween. And we will see you guys all next Saturday for episode 58. Got any ideas to talk about? What you want to hear about? Let me know. Okay? Questions, comments, concerns? Leave them here, right? And we'll address them. Maybe we can start up another conversation. All right. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next week.